It's another week of the English Premier League fixtures, previews, and predictions yet again. There will be big games this weekend. Tottenham Hotspur will be hosting Manchester City. Tough fixture. Arsenal needs to pick up themselves again, get back to winning ways. Chelsea needs to continue their winning form and win against another London rival at home. Also, there are going to be lots of games. Sunderland will be taking on Burnley. Big games. Manchester United will be hosting Fulham, continue their winning form. Will make it 4 games on a bounce at this point. So it's a lot. It's a lot that we're going to unpack. Or that we're going to unpack rather this weekend. Now let's start with the first game for the weekend, which is Manchester City or Tottenham Hotspur versus Manchester City. Tough game. If Manchester City must keep up that pace with Arsenal, they need to win this game like they did against Wolves. They need to get back into winning form consistently. Now, they did it in the Champions League. They won against Galatasaray 2-0, which is a very good confidence booster to them. And they have another injury crisis again. Doku has gone on an injury again. Now, they're going to be playing against Tottenham Hotspur. The first leg ended in a real shocker. I think that was the first home game for Manchester City, and that was the first away game for Tottenham Hotspur. That game ended 2-0. Tottenham Hotspur won that game. But guess what? Tottenham Hotspur has been very poor ever since. They've not really been in the best of form. Why for Manchester City? They've had a really downturn. They didn't win any game in over 4 games. They drew against Man City, a draw against Chelsea, a draw against Brighton. So it didn't really go well until the Manchester United game in which they lost. Now they won against Wolves. I hope they would win against this to keep up the pace, against Arsenal, also at the top of the table. Why Arsenal needs to win the game? They need to win against Leeds United. Very important for them to ride on that advantage they have already, at the top of the table. So tough fixture to go by. Manchester United needs to win against Fulham to, have that assurance at the end of the day that they're going to qualify for European tournament and most especially the Champions League. So Fulham is not also an easy game to play. Fulham is not a very easy team to play against, so it's going to be a tough one, for that. So we're going to be giving predictions on each and every of this game, and there will be a link in the comment section and also in my bio for you to check each and every predictions I'm going to be giving on these games as well. So let's get into the first game. Brighton against Everton. Now for Brighton, at home, they've not been too bad at home. They've been picking up points at home, doing well, not quite bad. At least this January, they didn't lose most of their players. They didn't lose most of their stars, which is a very good one, for them. Now, they're going to be playing against Everton. An Everton side who dropped point at home last week. I think it was on a Monday night against Leeds United. Excuse me, they went ahead, and Leeds United, they came back into that game. Before then, they did a shocker against Aston Villa. They went away to Aston Villa to win that game, 2 goals to win that game rather, 2-0. So I think Everton have a chance, because I don't like predicting Everton game. Why? Because they usually shock me. That's one thing with Everton. They usually shock me. The first leg of this game ended in a 1-1 draw. The first leg ended in a 2-0 victory rather for Everton. Now this is against Brighton. Now I think this game will be very tough. Something tells me it's going to be very close. Everton sits 10th on the log, while Brighton sits 12th on the log. This game is screaming a draw. Everton game against Brighton, or Brighton against Everton, is screaming draws. But I want to give Everton a chance. I really want to give Everton a chance in this one, because these guys, they do things crazy, in a very crazy manner though. My predictions is like Everton is going to pick up something in this game, but I'm not really sure. My prediction for this game is Brighton 0, Everton 1. Now to the next game, Leeds United against Arsenal. Leeds United are a rejuvenated side. They've picked up themselves, especially at home. They've not lost at home in over 5 games. The last time they lost that one was against Aston Villa. They won against Chelsea, they drew against Liverpool, they won against Palace, drew against Manchester United, and also you know, they won also their last game. I think it was against Fulham or so. So I think they've really picked up themselves at home. Now this is a worry for Arsenal because this is an Arsenal side that needs to win this game to keep up that chase at the top of the table. Now Arsenal, good thing that over the week or during the week, they rested majority of their players during the Champions League game and against Kairat, and that shows that yes, they have a very good squad depth who still went ahead and executed that game and won the game. Now, they lost against Manchester United, which is a huge, huge worry for them. And playing against Leeds United, the first leg, let's not forget, ended in a 5-0 defeat, for Leeds United. Arsenal won that game at home 5 goals to 0. So you could see the confidence that this Arsenal team have. But lately they've been conceding goals and it has not been the best. It has really not been the best. Going over to the Leeds Stadium is a problem for teams. I think they've only lost one game at home this season, and that was against Aston Villa. The other games they've been picking up points. Calvert-Lewin has been scoring, and Mecha has been doing great also. Gyonto has been doing well also. Aronson, they've got good players, and Padu in also in midfield has been doing great as well. They've got good players. Now, what would Arsenal needs to do? Arsenal needs to just do one thing, get the result. Gyökeres scoring is a good thing. He scored. Victor Gabriel Jesus also scoring. That is also a good one for Arsenal. Now, Arsenal sits first on the log, which is a good one. My prediction for this game are two predictions. Everton drew their last match. My predictions are two predictions. Arsenal win 2 goals to 1 or Arsenal win 3 goals to 1. My prediction for this game is Leeds United 1, Arsenal 3. I think Arsenal will pounce on them and show their resolve and their reaction after the Manchester United game. To the next game, Wolves against Bournemouth. I'm going to be fast with every other game. The Wolves game, they've picked up themselves, but the last match was a disaster. They lost that match 4 goals to 0 against Manchester City away from home. Now they are playing back at home. The last time they played at home, they in fact, in over 2 games, they've not lost at home. And they've lost once or twice. They lost consecutively before they started picking point, and they picked point against Westham and also against Newcastle. Now for Bournemouth, we know Bournemouth as a draw merchant. In fact, they've drawn 3 out of their last 4 games. So that's how they are. But this game is going to be very close. This game is going to be very, very close. I see Bournemouth winning. My prediction for this game is it's going to be close. Wolves 2, Bournemouth 3. Even if something tells me it's a 2-2 draw. But let's stick with the first one. Now to the next game. Chelsea against Westham. Chelsea have picked up form. Winning games back-to-back. Win against Westham in the Champions League. Winning games also. Win against Crystal Palace away from home. I think they've gotten back into their rhythm. They've gotten back on form. Now for Westham, they have also gotten back on form. They went away to Tottenham Hotspur and they won that game. It was the late minutes goal for Callum Wilson. But I think Chelsea has been rejuvenated. Chelsea are getting their confidence back. They are very aggressive up front. And in transition, they are very good as well. I think they've been doing greatly. And what they did also against Napoli shows the job that Rezona has been doing in this team. It's going to be close. It's going to be very close. Apart from the Spurs game, West Ham has not won any game away from home. So with this one, I think Chelsea is going to pick up this victory against West Ham. Now, Chelsea sits 5th on the log, which they need to climb into the Champions League place. While West Ham, who sits 13th, needs to also climb up as well. Is it 13th or 18th rather? They need to climb up as well. Now, I think it's going to be very close. But I see Chelsea picking up a victory in this game. Chelsea is going to win. My prediction is Chelsea 2, West Ham 0. Now to the next game, Liverpool against Newcastle. Liverpool got in their self back up from won the game in their Champions League 6-0 against Karabakh, which is a very good one. Salah is back. The only problem they have right now is in defense in Frimpong and also Konate, who is not 100% fit. Frimpong is out. They don't even have any right back as it stands now, so it's going to be tough for them. But for Newcastle, their away form has not really been the best, but they won against Burnley. Now going away as Liverpool, who has not won at home in the Premier League in over 2 games, is a problem. A draw against Leeds and also a draw against Burnley. Now they need to win. The coach is under pressure. He has not won any game this year. That is a very, very huge cause for concern. The first game ended in a 3-2 victory for Liverpool, who won the game at the very death of the match. Now, it's going to be close. I don't want to say 4-2 victory. If something keeps telling me Liverpool is going to win 4-2, Liverpool is going to win 4-2, no. I don't want to say that. My prediction for this game is Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1. Now to the next game, Aston Villa against Brentford. Aston Villa sits third on the log, Brentford 6-8 on the log. The first leg in this game ended 1-0 to Brentford. Now, Brentford going away, they are not really the best of teams going away, but at home, they are a very good side. Now, Oli Watkins is not 100% fit. That's the problem. But good to see the likes of Roger scoring and also goals coming out from elsewhere. Tammy Abraham has been signed right now to Aston Villa, which is a good thing for them. Now, this game is close. This game is very, very close. This game, but based on the form of Aston Villa, and I think Aston Villa will pick this one, but they lost their last game at home against Everton. That is a very huge cause for concern for me. But notwithstanding, I think Aston Villa has everything it takes to win this game against Brentford. My prediction for this game is Aston Villa 2, Brentford 0. So in the next game, Manchester United against Fulham. Manchester United has picked up themselves. They sit fourth on the log, just above Chelsea. Fulham 6th, 7th. Now, Fulham have gotten their guys back from the Nations Cup. That's on the AFCON, while Manchester United has also gotten their players back. Ahmad is back. Mbeumo is scoring since he got back. The team is doing great under this new coach in Carrick. I think the confidence is back, especially at home. For a team to do that against Arsenal, going over to Arsenal to pick up that result, I think they have done great for themselves. I think it's going to be a close one. If I want to play safe, both teams to score. I think both teams will score. I think both teams will score. It's going to be very close. My prediction for this game is Manchester United 3, Fulham 1. Now to the next game, Nottingham Forest against Crystal Palace. For Nottingham Forest, against Crystal Palace, this game is a very, very close one. It's always been a close one. I don't see Crystal Palace winning this game. I'm sorry. I think their bad run of form will continue. I think Jesus right now in attack for Nottingham Forest has been scoring goals, and I think he's going to do well. He might get a goal as well. For Crystal Palace, they've been on a bad run of form, and I don't think they will get something out of this game. Now, Nottingham Forest playing at home, they're a very inconsistent side, but yes, most of the time they pick up results. The first game ended in a draw. I think this second game will end in a draw. My prediction for this game is Nottingham Forest 1, Crystal Palace 1. Now to the next game, Tottenham Hotspur against Manchester City, which is the biggest one for the weekend. After I explained earlier, Tottenham Hotspur at home are not the best side. Tottenham Hotspur at home are a very, very poor team. But for Manchester City, they need to go away and win games. They've not won away from home in their last 2 games. In fact, in their last 3 games, 2 games rather, they've not won away from home. Now they need to go over to win. They draw against Sunderland and they lost against Manchester United 2-0. Now, they need to win against Tottenham Hotspur. And if Tottenham Hotspur lose that game, the coach might get sacked. So it's going to be a close one. It's really going to be a close one. My prediction for this game is Tottenham Hotspur 1, Manchester City 3. Even if something tells me 2-1, Manchester City win. But I think Manchester City is going to take this one. 3-1 Manchester City win. Now to the next game, Sunderland against Burnley. For Sunderland, at home they've not won against Burnley in a long time. While for Burnley, they went away to pick up a draw against Liverpool. Also, they picked up another draw against Bournemouth, which is a good one for me. At home, they picked up a draw against Tottenham Hotspur. Now they are going away to Sunderland. I think this game will be close. My prediction for this game is Sunderland 2, Burnley 1. That'll be all for today. Share your own predictions also in the comment section. Remember, bet responsibly. You don't have to bet my correct scores. You can pick goals. You can pick which team is going to win and all of that. Feel free to do that also and share your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to follow this page, like and share this video. Don't forget to subscribe as well. So I come your way again next time. I remain your boy Mike Way. Stay cool.